Hey, what is up, my fellow Zillow surfers? You guys are going to love today's property. This one is pretty interesting. This one is in the state of Montana. This is a property on 20 acres with an underground fallout shelter that can sustain 100 people for 3 months. So you and 100 of your closest family and friends can sustain a nuclear fallout, zombie apocalypse, anything like that for 90 days. Montana's a pretty sweet state, and I'm kind of surprised that like an underground fallout shelter, as well as 20 acres in Montana just north of Yellowstone Park, can be had for under $1 million. This one's going for $888,000. Recently had a $38,000 price cut. It's located at 65 Arcturus Drive in Emigrant, Montana, 59027. And you know what? I'm gonna let you guys look at some photos while we talk a little bit about Montana. Emigrant, Montana is an unincorporated community in Park County, Montana, nestled along the Yellowstone River, about 30 miles north of Yellowstone National Park and 20 miles south of Livingston, tucked between Absaroka and Gallatin ranges. And I've actually been to the Gallatin Gateway. Really, really cool area. Emigrant began as a gold rush era railroad stop in the 1860s and today thrives on tourism, especially fly fishing and access to nearby hot springs and wilderness areas. And the Gallatin Gateway, kind of between Big Sky and Bozeman, is one of the best fly fishing areas in the country. Really one of the best areas to do things outdoors. I did some whitewater rafting out there, did some hiking out there. Really pretty area, really cool area. Couple interesting facts about Montana. The only U.S. triple divide state. At Triple Divide Peak in Glacier National Park, water flows into 3 distinct drainage basins: the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean via the Gulf of Mexico, and the Hudson Bay, the Arctic. It's the only place on Earth with this unique hydrological feature. Montana had the first woman elected to Congress. Jeanette Rankin of Montana became the first woman ever elected to the U.S. Congress in 1916 and was the only member of Congress to vote against both world wars. Home of the largest snowflake, in January 1887 near Missoula, Montana, reportedly had a snowflake that measured up to 15 inches across. Think about that, 15 inches across. The largest snowflake ever recorded. I'm not sure how you measure a snowflake without it melting, but that's what they say. More cattle than people. With over 2 million cattle and just under 1 million people, Montana has more livestock than residents. Its population density averages just 6 to 7 people per square mile, and wildlife such as deer, elk, and antelope often outnumber humans. And you know, that got me thinking, you know, Yellowstone was all about ranching in Montana. If you haven't seen Yellowstone, check it out. Amazing show, as well as 1887 and 1923. 2 spin-offs of Yellowstone. But I'm always surprised how many people haven't seen Yellowstone. I mean, to me, it's maybe not quite up there with Sopranos in terms of greatest shows ever, but it's pretty good. And then lastly, Flathead Lake and wildlife richness. Flathead Lake is the largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi, and Montana also boasts the largest grizzly bear population in the contiguous U.S., estimated at around 1,800 to 2,100, and supports more mammal species than any other state. A couple other things: Montana is the 4th largest state by area, yet has one of the lowest population densities and real embodiment of the Big Sky country. The name Montana comes from the Spanish word montana, meaning mountainous region, even though its average elevation is about 3,400 feet and the lowest of the Rocky Mountain states. It also features historical geography. The Roe River in Great Falls was once recognized as the world's shortest river at just about 201 feet long. And you know, that made me remember there was another TV show called Big Sky. That was actually a really, really, really good show. Check that one out if you haven't seen it. You're looking at the bunker here. Let's hop back into the listing and look at a little bit of info about this. The Zestimate is $642,800. This is actually a manufactured home, but what you're really paying for is the land in the underground bunker. You're paying about $947 per square foot. This was built in 1976, although I believe the fallout shelter was built sometime in the 80s. We'll get into that. Not sure how they have an HOA, but there's a $41 a month HOA, and this property is on 20 acres. What's special about this property? A freshwater seep, abundant wildlife, striking rock formations, minimal snow buildup, and stunning natural beauty. This property is going to cost you about $5,200 a month to own. Let's see if we can take a look at the price history here. So this property sold for $250,000 back in 2018. was listed for $888,000 in June of 2025. Looks like they dropped the price to $850 and then raised it back up to $888. Not really sure why they're doing that. Let's see. Let's take a look at the property taxes. Can we see the property taxes? Property taxes, wow, very reasonable. 20 acres, $1,744 per year. Very cheap on the property taxes. Discover Paradise Bunker Retreat, a remarkable 20-acre haven nestled in Paradise Valley, Montana, just north of Yellowstone National Park. This unique property combines stunning natural beauty, creative charm, and potential for self-reliant infrastructure. Situated at the end of its own private road, it boasts breathtaking 180-degree vistas of the Absaroka Range, particularly Emigrant Peak, abundant wildlife, and minimal snow buildup due to the whole lot's south-facing position. The 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom manufactured home is fully renovated in 2019 and is perched atop the upper section of the property. This property features striking rock formations, hiking trail over 3 ridge lines, and a gully adorned with a freshwater seep. At the lower end of the property lies the extraordinary Helmet of Salvation, a 7,100 square foot, that's big, 7,100 square foot underground fallout shelter built in 1989, designed to sustain 100 people for 90 days. This hidden bunker includes power, water, ventilation, and potential for climate control. And let's kind of take a look at the property. It looks like a hot tub, right? We got a hot tub, some outdoor sitting areas. I mean, abundant natural beauty. Look at those mountain ranges. We got these big fields. We got a picnic table there. You know, nothing super impressive about the main home. Just kind of got a little, like, I guess that's not even a double wide, right? Single wide trailer, little front porch sitting area. It's on natural gas. Looks like you got some neighbors a little bit around you. It's kind of weird how you're on 20 acres, yet people choose to build a property near the neighbors. Got a nice little sitting area out back. Hot tub, great place to sit in a hot tub, you know, on a light snowy day and kind of take in the mountain range. Okay, inside, a little bit dated. You know, I actually kind of dig like the 70s furniture. It's got a little bit of like a mid-century modern kind of Brady Bunch style to it. And again, this was built in the 70s. You know, for a modular home, it's got a good amount of windows. Got a little computer room there, plenty of natural light coming in here. You know, smaller rooms, but again, it is a modular home. One thing that kind of stinks about Montana, I don't know how much time you're going to be spending in your underground fallout shelter. But, you know, if you're going to live in a smaller home, it's nice if you live in a climate where you can actually take advantage of the outdoor area, have a lanai, have an outdoor porch. Unfortunately, it gets pretty chilly in Montana a lot of the year, but there is so much natural beauty. People spend a lot of time outside. So it looks like this is the entrance to the underground bunker. We got kind of like a little like library sitting room under here. I wonder how they actually made this thing. Looks like we got power run to this thing. You know, not a whole lot going on there. We got a little kitchen area, several different sinks. We got a stove, plenty of storage, 3 sinks in the bathrooms. This is where they talk about this could sustain 100 people. Looks like kind of a little storage prepping area along with some beds. We got a bathroom with a tub, sink, toilet. I don't think we have any running water under here, so you probably got to have a stockpile of water. We got some bunk beds here. I'm really curious how this can sleep 100 people. Okay, they didn't really show us that many photos of the underground bunker, but what do you guys think of this property? Drop a comment down below and let me know. This property is going to cost you just under $5,200 a month, $888,000, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, 938 square feet, and this one again is located at 65 Arcturus Drive in Emigrant, Montana, 59027. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button down below and ring the bell. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next video.